Right, so hello, Laura Moss. And we're going to talk about, well, first of all, how did you get into plants?
Thank you very much for the chance to chat to you today. Very circuitously would be the the way I would say how I got into plants. I liked nature as a kid, and then as a teenager, I started to do conservation volunteering, doing things like tree planting, hedge laying, footpath maintenance, and things like that. And I thought that's the sort of career I fancied doing. And then I'm not quite sure how it happened, but I got fascinated by forensic pathology and I suddenly decided I wanted to be the next Quincy. So the conservation idea sort of got put to the side, and I went off to medical school. And I became a doctor. And about into my third year after qualifying, I applied for a 6 month post in the cancer centre in Cardiff and got the job. And I stayed for 25 years. So
Ah.
um, I didn't become a forensic pathologist or the UK's Quincy. um, so I stuck to that field. But I worked part time for quite a lot of my career. Did a lot of volunteering, did
Mm.
surveys for butterflies and birds and uh, nest box checks and things like that, and really started to get into nature in general.
Ah.
Um, I got itchy feet and took some unpaid leave when I was a consultant, and I trained to be a safari guide in South Africa, uh,
Different.
which was different and fascinating. And I loved it, but I did have this sort of feeling as the course was going on that I'd come back to the UK and think everything was very dull and boring in comparison to what we'd been seeing. But actually, it was the reverse. I came back and it sort of took the blinkers off me, and I started to appreciate British countryside much more than I had before. And it started to make more sense to me. Things seemed to be more, joined up, and I sort of understood things better. So that just sort of reignited my passion for natural history, really. And
Ah.
I just decided, working in the cancer field, seeing so many people that didn't get to do what they wanted to do, with poor health or dying at a young age, I just decided I was going to do something different. So
Uh-huh.
I left the world of medicine, and I was very lucky to get a job in a local record centre in West Wales.
Ah, right.
Yeah, so I started off as a biodiversity information assistant, which was
Mm.
basically a 6 month post helping enter bird record data.
Mm.
And I luckily got taken on full permanently after that. So I'm still doing that role with extra duties thrown in.
So I mean, you're the thing that I know you from is the Big Meadow search. So how did that come about?
Well, I moved to Carmarthenshire about 8 years ago onto a small holding, and I
Mm.
joined the Carmarthenshire Meadows group. And
Ah.
then I ended up getting onto the committee, and we
Mhm.
were approached by Plant Life in about, I think it was 2021, and they were considering doing a pilot project of asking meadow owners to monitor 2 metre quadrats on their land. And that
Mhm.
got the committee into a whole discussion about how lucky we were to have not just necessarily meadows, but bits of woodland and scrub and other sort of
Yeah.
habitats. And we decided that we weren't particularly keen on doing quadrat based stuff, but we
Mm.
wanted to start recording all the plants we had on our holdings.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it started off as a little seed of, oh, we'll do it just within the Carmarthenshire Meadows group. So we worked on
Mm.
a plant list, got the county recorder involved, and he suggested other plants that we should sort of focus on. And about 10 days before we were due to start the project in 2021, I suddenly went very gung ho and said, "Oh, let's make it UK wide,
Oh
um,
wow.
and let's not just have meadows because obviously that's quite a restricted area that a lot of
Mm.
people can't get to. So we thought if we included churchyards and road verges, amenity grasslands,
Mm.
everybody everybody could take part, whether they were in the countryside or in the suburbs. So that's how it got started, really.
And it's continued since then, and it seems to have
Yeah,
got bigger.
yeah. So the first year we just picked, we just ended up doing it for a month, and we asked people to send records in on an Excel spreadsheet. And it's grown because I tried to keep the momentum going. So we set up social media, initially on Facebook and subsequently on Twitter, which is now X, and Blue Sky. And what I started to do was to take photographs of the plants I came across and give ID tips for people.
Um,
And I started to run out of new things to photograph. So I thought, oh, right, what can I do? So then I started to highlight the associations of the plants with other organisms. So rust fungi, galls, um, food plants for moths and butterflies, for example. And that sort of has become our USP. So
um,
sort of you can buy books on, plants or birds or, moths, but there aren't many things that combine it all together.
mm,
So the chairman of the Meadows group twisted my arm and said, well, it's, a shame all this stuff's on social media and it's in the ether, it's out there, but people can't access it
mm.
easily. So we put all the social media posts into two books. So
Oh wow.
yeah, so we've sort of gained a new audience by sort of having it in hard copy format as well as social
Mm.
media. Still doing the social media side of it and getting people to record plants, but we've got a website so that people can download their results directly. And now that we've done our fifth season, I'm in this process of sort of cleaning up the data with a view to trying to, put things together and see if we can see anything of interest.
And what are the names of the books, and are they readily available?
Yeah, the first book concentrated on grassland indicator species. So it's got about 160 odd plants in it with a variety of different associated species. And then the second book is approximately 200 additional plants, again with their associated species. So they're available through contacting me on social media or through the BMS website. You can email me for
Oh.
£10 each. So a bargain for Christmas.
I mean, you've obviously encountered hundreds of plants doing this. What's your
Yeah.
favourite one? What's your favourite plant and why?
Well, I think I'd have to say something like, well, I would say ground ivy.
Oh.
It's probably not something that anybody said before, but I think it's actually got a beautiful flower, and I think it's not got very good PR. I think if it was called ground orchid, everybody would take a closer look at it and appreciate its beauty. But the main reason I picked it is that it's got four associated species that I commonly see. So it's got two galls that are quite easy to find, a leaf mine and a rust. So whenever I
Uh-huh.
see it, and you can see the leaves all year round. So I always sort of think, oh, there's ground ivy. Can I see the other species and can I record them? So that's what the project does to me. So when I see a plant, I think, oh, can I also see the other things that are associated with it?
Yeah, and the Great Meadow Search is continuing on.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
So we'll be starting again. It runs between the 1st of June and the end of August each season. That's
Uh,
for the collecting the plant records, submitting the plant records. But the social media runs all year, not quite as avidly as during the summer season, but I try to keep the momentum going. And we've also done things like highlighting certain botanical terms. So you often have glossaries in the back of your plant books, but they
mm.
often, well, I've yet to see one that's got clear photographs. They often have
Mm.
line drawings. So I was trying to highlight a few botanical terms with photographs. So that's another theme that we've been trying to do as well.
Yeah, it's fascinating how many things to do with plants, and I sort of, oh, it hasn't been done. what you've been doing with the associations of plants with other animals and
Yeah.
fungi. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for talking to Botanical University Challenge.
Thank you.
Yes.